Here's everything that we know about the Real Housewives of Atlanta possible reboot, Nene Leakes possibly returning to the network, and it all unfolded this weekend here in Las Vegas for BravoCon weekend. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Shout out to all the channel members. You guys got exclusive first looks at the BravoCon panels that happened, including Real Housewives of Atlanta's panel, Real Housewives of Potomac, Married to Medicine, and more. Now, those videos have been made available publicly for everyone, but for a short period of time. But if you're a senior royal member, you'll have access forever. Become a member at TheKempire.com/join. And for all of you wanting to know all about my BravoCon experience, including some drama, I will be talking about that in a separate video. But as you know, we posted a video for Ask Andy that happened on day 2 of BravoCon weekend, where he was asked about Nene Leakes. Because you know, Nene Leakes recently did an interview with Carlos King and talked about how she would be open to having a conversation with Andy because they go way back.
And to a peach for her in the future.
Listen, I told you I'm a nostalgic guy. She and I came up together, and there's always room in my heart for, you know, everybody.
What about the peach, though?
Who knows? I mean, she asked me a few years ago to keep her name out of my mouth, so I try to respect that.
That's fair. Thank you.
Hi.
So Andy says in response to that, she said, I'm a nostalgic guy. I would, without saying that he would be open to it, it sounds as if that he has a place in his heart for Nene Leakes because they came up together, his words. But when emphasized by this person's question about what about the peach? Would he want to bring her back? Would he allow her to come back? He brings up, which we've talked about before, is that there was a point where Nene, after she left, got fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta and the network, that she wanted him to keep her name out of his mouth. So he's trying to respect that. BravoCon weekend really felt like damage control for Bravo, for Andy Cohen. He seems to be somewhat prepared to answer questions about people like Nene Leakes, Ramona, and the reality TV reckoning without really giving much of an answer besides a very politically correct and rehearsed response. But when asked about the Real Housewives of Atlanta reboot that's been reported on by LoveBScott.com officially and exclusively a few months ago at this point, he says to Access Hollywood that he could see a possible tweak happening to the city. Not only that, when asked about it at BravoCon, Andy said that he doesn't see completely rebooting Real Housewives of Atlanta like they did in RHOA, although that was quite successful. And yes, they had I'll say sold out, but jam-packed panel at BravoCon. I'll talk about that in another video. But Andy says that he sees that what they have good building blocks. But I want to remind you guys, because, you know, people only read a headline. People only remember, oh, Real Housewives of Atlanta reboot. They're not going to get rid of the entire cast. Well, if you look at the original story said that they possibly could get rid of everyone because everyone is expensive, especially Candy in Kenya. Or they could do very much like what they did in the Real Housewives of Miami, is keep 1 or 2 cast members. Well, I'll tell you this, according to my sources here at BravoCon, why was a woman here that is testing to be a part of this new reboot?
Can y'all believe this shit? Can y'all believe this shit?
Word on the street, which I thought was interesting, allegedly, I'll say. But then Kenya Moore was interviewed by Ricky Cornish. Shout out to Ricky. I've actually met Ricky here at BravoCon. He had a conversation with Kenya Moore, and she just confirmed what we've been saying.
You know, we're watching the reunion, right?
Yeah.
You tweet out, this is hard to watch.
Where is the lie?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Like Nicki Minaj. Did I lie?
fucking lie. Girl, what are we manifesting for this next season? Because I'm sure you'll agree with the fans. I think we need some changes in the ATL.
Yeah, we need some changes. You know, we don't know what the future holds. They haven't told us anything yet, even if the show is coming back. We don't really know. But I feel like, you know, I still have so much story to tell. I feel like I still have something to give, and I feel like the fans want to see it. So I just want to give the people what they want, you know, in this next season.
Absolutely.
And the people always want more.
I was at the Real Housewives of Atlanta BravoCon panel. I said this last year, they weren't giving the way that they could give or how they used to give. The energy was very low. This year, it was the same, if not a little bit lower. But when she was interviewed by Ricky Cohen, she basically says that we haven't received a contract yet. We don't know what's happening yet. We're not set to film yet. Confirming that something's brewing. And for Andy Cohen to say that we could use some tweaks says to us that there is, you can call it a reboot, a refresh, a shakeup. Something's going to happen that's going to be, I believe, truly dramatic over at the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's not just going to be one housewife is gone. I believe multiple housewives will be gone. Speaking of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kandi during the Real Housewives of Atlanta panel is backtracking on what she originally said, that Kandi and the gang was coming back. She says, though, that they are still in talks. I believe she said with multiple platforms. I can't remember her exact words, but it was a big step back from her saying it's coming back. It could be coming back, but it doesn't seem like they have the green light. So I'm wondering if that with this whole Atlanta shakeup, they were thinking what we've been saying, move Kandi over to Kandi and the gang and usher her into her own thing, very much like Lisa Vanderpump. Not sure what's happening there, but what I can tell you, Drew Sidora was not here this year for BravoCon, which is very shocking because she had the biggest storyline of their last season. Not sure what she had going on. I know she has new music that she wants to promote. She should have been here. Marlo was here. Andy talked about how much he loves Sheree. He thinks Sheree is great. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Sheree be one of those building blocks, as he said, for this new city. I don't know what they could be thinking. That's not a good building block. But anyways, that's my opinion. So there's a lot going on when it comes to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I know some of you do not want to accept that possibly a reboot of some kind. Doesn't mean everyone's gone, but a reboot of some kind based off of BravoCon weekend told me everything that I needed to know about the future of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Guys, as always, I want to know your thoughts on everything that's come out in regards to the Real Housewives of Atlanta from BravoCon weekend and what we've been seeing on socials. Let's continue this conversation in the comment section. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.